Hey everybody. Um, if I didn't hit the record button, I don't feel like I would have ever done this. Um, Today is day 7, and tomorrow starts the official no alcohol, no tobacco. Uh, Knowing that it was my last day, I did have 2 beers last night. Well, I split one with Golden. It was a Lambic and a organic pure brewed lager. Both of them are really tasty. I can already see that the lines on my face are starting to recede a little bit. I am a little bit tired. That's kind of why this video is coming out so late. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about. One thing is just noticing this fear coming up for me. And the fear is like fear of not giving value. And then I remember, and then where I keep grounding myself in, is that the doing this is the value. And you guys can choose to watch if you want to. And you can choose to not watch if you want to. And that's the real thing. And I see that it comes from this desire to provide, which I do want to do. It is something that's important to me. And, you know, I can't really front load it that way. And really, I'm just doing it out loud. You know, like I'm sharing with you my process as I go. And so that's where I just keep grounding myself back inside of that. And it's also providing me with the experience and the pressure, you know, to really get clear about what I want. Like what I want to, you know, what do I want to talk about? You know, like I find myself wanting to talk about like what I'm up to, like talking about, you know, like what I am creating, talking about, you know, like my kombucha and my, you know, my fermentation stuff, or even like, you know, just what I'm up to, like in terms of my personal practice. And, you know, that's a pretty good segue into, something that I do want to talk about, which is like viewing life as a practice. I'm sure you all have had the experience of wanting something, whether it be a relationship, a vehicle, an experience, a whatever. And when you get to that place, you get that item or that relationship, you ever notice how your life goes on and it doesn't just end there? And, you know, you have to, it's like, all right, well, what next? And what I'd really like to create, like for myself, and the way that I currently hold it, is that life is a practice. And we don't really get there. But we can pick our stops along the way. And, you know, the whole thing is really kind of unknown. Like I have no idea what the next moment's going to bring. I have no idea what the world is going to be like tomorrow, you know, really. And so if I choose to take on my life as a practice, what am I practicing for? You know, that leads back into what do we want? Who do we want? Who do we want to be? where do we want to be? Where do we, where do we want to go? All these things. And I think the deeper that we can get in touch with that through reflection and examination, inquiry, challenging ourselves, continuing on, like, part of that challenge of not using profanity in these videos, and coming from a more relaxed state. Like, it doesn't have to be like full charge. And a lot of that was coming from, like, just like needing that extra bit to go over the hump. So toning that down a little bit, it's like, that's, it's important for me to be dynamic in what it is that I want to create, what it is that I want to provide. And so, it's a great practice. And I think a big part is, like, getting people connected to their own inner compass, such that, like, experiences or words like synchronicity have meaning. Where it's like, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like intention is 100% flawless. Like, I am where I am and you are where you are because 100% of your intentions have been fulfilled. And some of these distinctions came from a workshop that I did with two people. One, Richard Condor, I think is his name, and Anurag Gupta with the Difference Engine. And it was in this course that it came to me, like, it became clear. They talked about a lot of this stuff too. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to, like, rip them off or anything like that. But it became clear to me that intention is 100% flawless because we are always doing what is most important to us. Always. It's kind of like, I'm taking a drink right now and then I decide this is important to me. And if I set the drink down without taking a drink, you might say, well, obviously taking the drink wasn't important to you. Not the case. What actually happened, what was more important to me was not taking the drink. So it's like, we're only always ever doing what is most important to us. Avoiding discomfort is a big one that is important for people. I know for myself, for sure. But that's part of the practice for me, is engaging that discomfort, getting to the bottom of it, letting it, like, having it be fully distinguished. And then once it's fully distinguished, then it doesn't have any control any longer. Which is why I keep moving through, why I keep engaging in this conversation, is because if I let it, the fear will completely stop me. And the fear of having no idea what would happen. The fear of judgment, the fear of whatever. But the reality is that I don't know if any of those things are going to happen or not. And what's important? What's been important to you? Are you doing the things that are important to you? And if you're not doing them, why are you not doing them? What's been more important? And just getting, like, if it's important to you, it's important to you. But that's like where the work comes in. Is like, is it really important to you? Are you really doing, what you want to be doing? Are you really living the life that you are choosing? And that's what I want to support people inside of, is getting to that they're choosing. And a good place to start is if you're, getting for, like, part of my commitment is, like, people be fulfilled. Excuse me, that's part of my calling, is that people be fulfilled. And I'm committed to it. Is a good place to start is, where are you not fulfilled? Is there any area in your life that you're not feeling fulfilled? Some people don't even have any idea. They don't even know. Like, for me, I didn't know. I didn't know that I wasn't fulfilled, because my context for fulfillment, you can't see beyond what you're aware of. And there's all different kinds of catalysts for becoming more aware. Ideally, we're engaging with the catalysts that aren't suffering based. There's something that I say a lot. I don't remember when this came to me, but it was just something that I got for myself, which is suffering is its own corrective mechanism. You ever notice that? Like, how pain causes you to get into action? You burn before you even know that you have your hand on something hot, cognitively, your body will respond with getting away, like, pain to our organism is, we avoid that intentionally. It's like, you can't not, that's not entirely true. And that's actually important, because it's like, how do you engage with your own avoidance of pain? Because some pain is really good. I think actually all pain is good, because pain is trying to get your attention. And it's like, if you get curious about why that pain is there, that pain can become a huge source of transformation in your life. Because to me, pain is the experience of being out of alignment with your own inner being, in some capacity. I'd say that differently. I'd say that for me, it's a useful way to look at it. Sometimes like I can't say if that's true, but I can say that the way that has me engage my life has been a profound source of transformation for me. So it's like, how do you look at these things? How do you, how does your perspective and how does your story have you feel good about yourself, about who you are, what you are? Okay, so 12 more seconds, another one down. Again, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.